I thought I had everything. Money, respect, and Vanessa, who made me feel untouchable. I laughed at the world, confident that nothing could shake me. Until tonight. I stormed into the penthouse, chest burning. Vanessa, what the hell is this? I demanded, holding the phone she'd left on the table. She looked up, calm, almost too calm. Ethan. I can explain. Explain? Explain how you betrayed me in front of everyone? Explain how you made me look like a fool. My hands shook, but not from fear, anger. Pure, searing anger. I didn't mean for it to happen like that, she said softly, but the guilt in her eyes was fake. I could see it. I always could. Not mean for it to happen? Vanessa, you slept with him. My voice cracked, and I couldn't stop it. You told me you loved me. You told me I was the only one. She stood, moving closer, trying to touch my arm. Ethan, I swear, it's complicated. Complicated? I laughed bitterly. You think this is complicated? You think cheating on me in front of everyone, laughing in my face, is complicated? Before she could answer, Lucas stepped in from the doorway. Ethan, breathe. Please. You're letting your anger control you. Lucas, you don't get it. I snapped, turning to him. You weren't there. You didn't see her with him, smiling like she didn't even care about me. I saw enough, Lucas said calmly. And I know how much she hurt you. But right now, you need to think, not explode. Think? I spat the word. Think? Everything I built, my career, my reputation, my life, crumbled in a single night because of her. Vanessa's lips trembled. Ethan, please. I didn't mean for it to go this far. I still. Still what? Love me? I laughed hollowly, shaking my head. You can't even look at me without lying. You're pathetic. You don't understand, she whispered, tears forming. No. Don't you dare cry. You don't get to cry for me. I took a step back, rubbing my face. My mind raced. How could someone I trusted, someone I loved, turn into this? How could she do this to me? Lucas put a hand on my shoulder. Ethan, focus on yourself. Don't let her break you further. You're stronger than this. I don't feel strong, I muttered, voice low. I feel empty. Like everything I believed in was a lie. Vanessa hesitated. I can fix this. Please, just give me a chance. I laughed again, cold and empty. Fix this? You can't fix betrayal, Vanessa. You can't fix the humiliation you caused. You can't fix me feeling like a fool. She bit her lip, eyes pleading. I never wanted this. I swear. I trusted you, I said, voice shaking now, quieter. I gave you everything, and you threw it away. Do you even understand that? She didn't answer. She couldn't. Lucas sighed. Ethan, come on. Let's get out of here. You need space. You need to think. I nodded slowly, stepping away from her. My chest tightened. Everything I thought was perfect, gone. And I realized, maybe this was just the beginning of the pain I was about to face. That I slammed the door behind me and leaned against it, trying to make sense of the chaos Vanessa left behind. My chest still burned from anger, but another, stranger sensation prickled at the back of my mind. Something off. Ethan Clark, a calm, robotic voice said suddenly. I spun around. Who's there? I am the system, it said. You have been marked as the villain. I froze. Marked as the villain? What the hell are you talking about? The path you take will lead to failure unless corrective measures are applied, the system explained, its tone devoid of emotion. Every action you take has consequences. You have 3 options: continue as before, adapt and survive, or succumb to your fate. I laughed, a bitter, hollow sound. You're joking, right? Some prank? A hallucination? No joke. Reality requires correction, it said simply. You must follow instructions if you wish to survive and overcome betrayal. I rubbed my temples, trying to calm my pounding thoughts. This is insane. I trusted Vanessa. I got burned. And now some system wants to tell me what to do. Observation. Vanessa Hart is likely to manipulate, deceive, and test your emotional boundaries again within 72 hours. I froze again. That was true. She hadn't stopped with the betrayal. She tried to charm, to explain, to twist everything. Okay, maybe you're real. Maybe you're not. But how do I know I can trust you? Trust is irrelevant. Survival is mandatory, it replied. You will be guided. Instructions will appear when necessary. Failure to comply may result in further damage to your social and emotional standing. I sank into a chair, staring at the blank walls. Fine. Let's say I listen to you. You're saying I can survive? Avoid her manipulations. Affirmative. Prediction probability 98%. Prediction, I muttered, feeling a shiver run down my spine. So you can see what she's planning. Great. I don't even want to see it, but I need to. Yes. Anticipation is key to strategic advantage. I rubbed my face, thinking of Vanessa smiling while I crumbled. And what about Marcus Gray? I asked cautiously. Is he part of this? I feel like he's going to make things worse. Marcus Gray is a variable. His interference will escalate unless mitigated, the system said. I gritted my teeth. Figures. Of course he would show up now, adding fuel to the fire. Fine. I'll follow your guidance. But if this backfires? Backfire is only possible if you refuse instructions, it interrupted. I exhaled slowly. Okay, system. I don't know if I'm ready for this. I don't even know what it is fully. But I can't go back to feeling powerless. Not after Vanessa. Not after tonight. Acknowledged. Objective, survive, adapt, and restore personal agency. Commencement, immediate. I sat back, staring at nothing, trying to digest the weight of it. A system telling me my life is doomed, Vanessa's betrayal looming over me, Marcus lurking somewhere, and me, caught in the middle, with no choice but to play along. I whispered to myself, voice barely audible, all right, if I'm marked as the villain, I'll learn to survive, and maybe, just maybe, turn the tables. I locked the apartment door behind me and sank onto the couch, staring at the ceiling. My mind wouldn't stop racing. Vanessa's betrayal, the system's eerie presence, Marcus lurking somewhere, it all swirled together like a storm I couldn't escape. A soft chime from my phone interrupted me. It was Sophie. My little sister. Ethan? Her text read. Are you okay? You sounded upset earlier. I stared at it, fingers hovering over the keyboard. Could I let her in on this mess? Could I even talk without breaking down? I typed back slowly. I'm fine. Just need some time. The screen stayed blank for a while, then another message. You're not fine. I know you, Ethan. You never lied to me. Call me. I exhaled. Sophie always saw through me. I dialed her number. Ethan. Are you okay? Her voice was soft, filled with concern. I don't know, Soph. Everything's falling apart, I admitted, voice low. What happened? She asked. You wouldn't understand. I closed my eyes. Vanessa, she betrayed me. Completely. Everyone I trusted, everyone I cared about, my throat tightened. Oh, Ethan, Sophie whispered. I'm sorry. I hate that people can hurt the ones we care about. But you're strong. You'll get through this. Strong? I laughed bitterly. I feel weak. I feel helpless. Even now, I don't know if I can trust anyone. You can trust me, she said firmly. I may be small, but I always see the truth. You can't let them, make you forget who you are. I leaned back, remembering Dad. Henry Clark. His cold voice, his constant expectations. Ethan, stop crying. Stop whining. You're a man, act like one. He never understood. I never wanted to be him, yet his words haunted me whenever I faltered. I remember Dad yelling at me, I muttered, telling me I wasn't enough. Maybe I've always been chasing approval, even from the wrong people. You don't need his approval, Sophie said quietly. You only need yourself. And, maybe that system you mentioned? Maybe it's not all bad. Maybe it's here to help you see things clearly. I frowned. Help me? Or control me? It feels like I'm trapped between betrayal and something else I don't understand. Sophie was silent for a moment. Sometimes, being forced to see the truth is painful. But it also makes you stronger. I know you, Ethan. You're smart. You'll figure it out. I exhaled, letting her words sink in. I've been running in circles, Sophie. Trusting the wrong people, expecting the world to be fair. I closed my eyes. Maybe this is my chance to do it differently. To survive, and maybe get justice. You will, she said firmly. And I'll be here, cheering you on. You're not alone, Ethan. Ever. I smiled faintly, though it didn't reach my eyes. Thanks, Soph. I needed that. Really. I hung up, staring at the ceiling again. Pain, regret, and determination swirled together. The system wasn't just a strange voice, it was a chance. A challenge. A path forward. I whispered to myself, voice barely audible, okay. I can't stay broken. I can't. Vanessa, Marcus. I'll face whatever comes next. But I'll do it my way. The weight of betrayal pressed down, but beneath it, a spark of resolve glimmered. I would survive. I would adapt. And maybe, just maybe, I would turn the tables. The system's voice echoed in my mind again as I paced my apartment. Target, Olivia Pierce. Objective, uncover Vanessa's hidden plans. Approach, subtle manipulation. I stopped, shaking my head. Manipulation? That sounds wrong. Am I really doing this? Yes. Outcome, control regained, the system replied calmly. I sighed and pulled out my phone. Olivia was coming to meet me at a cafe. My chest tightened as I imagined her smug smile. Vanessa's friend, envious and sly, probably knowing more than she should. I needed answers, and I had to play smart. Olivia arrived, waving as she sat across from me. Ethan. You actually called me. Her voice was sweet, but the sharpness underneath cut through. Of course, I said casually, sipping my coffee. I wanted to talk. About Vanessa. Her eyebrows rose. Oh? You're finally ready to forgive her? I smiled faintly. Forgiveness isn't the point. Truth is. I want to understand everything. Her laugh was soft but mocking. Everything? That's ambitious. Ambitious is necessary, I said, leaning forward. You know Vanessa better than anyone. Tell me, why? Why the betrayal? She hesitated, then shrugged. Why does it matter? She did what she wanted. You're acting like some tragic hero. Maybe, I admitted, letting my voice lower. But I need to know who else is involved. Who knew? Who helped her? Olivia's smile faltered, and I noticed it immediately. I don't know what you mean, she said, voice tighter. I tilted my head. Come on, Olivia. I trusted her, and I was burned. I need honesty, even from you. Her fingers tapped nervously on the table. All right, maybe I saw things. I didn't stop her because I wanted to be on the winning side. But I didn't. I didn't think it would hurt you like this. You were jealous, I said quietly. Admit it. You envied her, her influence, her charm. You wanted a piece of the power she has over me. She looked down, biting her lip. Maybe. But it's not like I planned for her to ruin you. I leaned back, letting my expression soften, pretending to be understanding. I know. But the fact remains, you knew, and you did nothing. That's enough to make a difference in my plans. Her eyes widened, and I felt the thrill of control, the first real taste of power since Vanessa's betrayal. I was leading the conversation, extracting information without forcing her. The system's words played in my mind, subtle manipulation. Observe emotional cues. Gain advantage. I swallowed a lump in my throat. So, what else should I know? Who's involved behind the scenes? I don't know everything, she protested, panic creeping in. Vanessa is careful. But, she's planning something bigger. Something that could ruin you further if you're not careful. I nodded slowly. Thank you, Olivia. That's all I need for now. Just, stay honest with me if anything else comes up. She hesitated, then nodded reluctantly. I will. Just, be careful, Ethan. She's dangerous. I watched her leave, feeling a mix of triumph and guilt. My hands shook slightly. I'd done it, I'd uncovered secrets, gained information, but at what cost? The system's guidance was helping, yes, but the more I followed, the darker I felt inside. Was I becoming the villain it predicted? Or was I merely protecting myself? The line blurred. I whispered to the empty cafe, voice low, if this is what it takes. I'll do it. But I won't lose myself completely. Not yet. And for the first time since Vanessa's betrayal, I felt control. Not full peace, not full satisfaction, just the dangerous, intoxicating sense that I was no longer a pawn. Vanessa showed up at my apartment the next evening, standing at the door with her head slightly bowed. Ethan, can we talk? She asked softly. I didn't move immediately, just studied her. Talk. I echoed, my voice flat. After everything? You think words can fix what you've done? I know I hurt you, she admitted, voice trembling slightly. I made a terrible mistake. Please. I didn't mean to. I cut her off. Didn't mean to? Vanessa, do you know what that sounds like? Empty excuses. She flinched but didn't leave. I miss us. I miss you. I wasn't thinking clearly. I was selfish, and I narrowed my eyes, stepping closer. And yet, you smiled while betraying me. You played me. I didn't want it to go that far, she whispered. Her eyes seemed to plead for forgiveness. I let out a bitter laugh. You're very good at pretending remorse. Almost convincing. She bit her lip. Ethan. I'm serious. I want to make things right. Right? I repeated, voice low. Do you even understand what that means? Or are you just trying to calm your own guilt? Her hands trembled slightly. I care about you. I made a mistake, and I want to fix it. I leaned back, hiding the calculation running in my mind. The system's guidance buzzed faintly in my thoughts. Observe. Patience. Manipulate subtly. All right, fine, I said finally, my tone deceptively soft. We can talk. But I'm watching. Every word, every gesture. Don't try anything funny. She nodded quickly, relief washing over her face. Thank you. Ethan. I promise I won't. Promises mean nothing right now, I interrupted. Actions speak louder. And I'll be the judge. As Vanessa lingered, Marcus Gray's name came to mind. He'd been silent so far, observing, calculating. Someone in the office mentioned he had been undermining colleagues, especially me. I could feel the tension growing, the storm he was building. Lucas had warned me about Marcus before, but now it seemed inevitable. So, Marcus Gray is playing his games too, I muttered aloud. Vanessa's eyes flicked up. Marcus? Why are you bringing him up? I smiled faintly, hiding suspicion. Just thinking. He's clever, dangerous. Reminds me why I can't trust anyone fully. Including you. She hesitated. Ethan. I'm here. I'm being honest. Honest? Maybe. But timing is everything. And your timing has been catastrophic. I let the words hang, observing her reactions carefully. She shifted, unease visible beneath her mask. You're different, she said finally. I can see it. You're not the same man I knew. That's true, I admitted quietly. I've changed. I'm paying attention now. Every move. Every whisper. Every secret. She swallowed nervously. I just want a chance to make things right. I leaned back, feigning consideration, letting her words settle. Perhaps. But don't mistake patience for weakness. One wrong move, and everything you built crumbles. Her face paled slightly. I understand. Inside, I felt a strange mix of satisfaction and unease. Vanessa's remorseful act might be genuine, or just another mask. Marcus Gray's schemes were a reminder that danger lurked on all sides. I had to stay vigilant, controlled, and ready. I whispered to myself, voice low and deliberate, if she's wearing a mask, I'll uncover it. And if Marcus tries anything, I'll be ready. And for the first time in days, I felt the subtle thrill of control. Watching, calculating, surviving that I couldn't stop thinking about Vanessa. Her fake apologies, her calculated words, they gnawed at me. I needed answers, and Olivia's earlier slip hinted at more. Lucas came over that evening, concern written across his face. Ethan, you've been pacing for hours. What's going on? I ran a hand through my hair. I found out more about Vanessa. It's worse than I imagined. Lucas frowned. Was? How? She wasn't fully honest with her feelings. She was manipulating me, the people around us, even situations to benefit herself, I said, my voice tight. Everything I thought was love, was tainted. Lucas shook his head slowly. That's hard to hear. But you need to see it clearly. Don't let your heart cloud your judgment. I swallowed, feeling that ache in my chest. My heart, it still aches for her, Lucas. I hate that it does. I keep thinking maybe she could change, maybe she could be real. Ethan, Lucas said firmly, stop lying to yourself. She used you. And now you know. Don't let her hurt you again. I sighed, pacing the room. I know. But knowing doesn't make it easier. I keep imagining her smile, the way she laughed. I wanted it all to be real. The doorbell rang, and I hesitated before opening it. Rachel Kim stood there, folder in hand, a calm presence surrounding her. Ethan, I heard some things. I think I can help you strategize your next moves. Rachel. I didn't expect you, I admitted, stepping aside. I know. But you can't face this alone, she said, entering and taking a seat. You need perspective, emotional clarity, and a plan. And I can help with all three. I slumped into a chair. I feel trapped, Rachel. Vanessa, she manipulated me. Olivia helped. And Marcus Gray. I can feel him circling. I don't know what to do next. Rachel leaned forward. First, accept the truth. Vanessa's motives aren't what you hoped, and anyone acting against you will try to exploit your emotions. Second, observe. Don't act impulsively. And third, control what you can. That's your advantage. I nodded slowly, the tension in my shoulders easing slightly. Observe, control, but what about my emotions? They're a mess. Your emotions are valid, Rachel said softly. But they don't have to dictate your actions. Let them guide your reflection, not your decisions. I ran a hand down my face. Lucas says the same, but it's harder than it sounds. I still feel her everywhere, even knowing the truth. That's natural, Rachel said. Pain and longing don't disappear overnight. But the fact that you see through her manipulation means you're stronger than she imagined. I swallowed, feeling a spark of resolve ignite. So, step 1 is clarity. Step 2, watch, wait, and plan. Step 3, regain control. Rachel smiled faintly. Exactly. And I'll help you. Strategize, anticipate, and make your moves. Vanessa, Olivia, Marcus, they won't see you coming. I exhaled, letting her words sink in. For the first time in days, I felt a small measure of control, a path forward. The pain in my chest didn't vanish, but it was tempered by purpose. I whispered, more to myself than anyone else, okay. I see you, Vanessa. I see your lies. And I'm done being your pawn. I'll watch, I'll plan, and I'll survive. Maybe more. And for the first time, the ache in my heart felt like fuel instead of weakness. The system's voice echoed in my head again, calm and unyielding. Choice required, revenge or forgiveness. Outcome will determine path forward. I clenched my fists. Revenge or forgiveness? I muttered aloud, pacing the room. Do I want her to suffer? Or do I want to be free of this pain? Lucas's voice came to mind, warning me not to let anger blind me. Ethan, think carefully. Your choice defines you. I exhaled sharply. Fine. I'll choose a third way. Pretend weakness. Let them think they're winning. Then, I'll see what happens. Rachel's advice echoed too. Observe, anticipate, control. I could feel the plan taking shape. I would bait Vanessa and Marcus, let them reveal themselves while I stayed under the radar. The next day, I walked into the office with a forced slump, careful to mask the fire burning beneath. Daniel Cross, a minor antagonist who thrived on gossip, smirked from across the room. Well, look at you, he said, leaning casually against the cubicle wall. Thought you'd be crying in a corner all week. Surprised you showed up. I forced a small smile. Just trying to get back to work, Daniel. Can't let a little betrayal stop me, right? He chuckled, shaking his head. If you say so. But everyone knows what happened. Vanessa made sure of that. I nodded, feigning hurt. Yeah, everyone knows. Feels exhausting, honestly. He shrugged, sensing no real threat. Well, good luck. Hope you survive the storm. I walked past him, letting my mind calculate. Daniel was harmless, but the way he observed and whispered could alert Vanessa if I wasn't careful. I needed subtlety, patience. Later, in the lobby, I caught a glimpse of Marcus Gray, watching me from a distance. His cold, calculating eyes sent a shiver down my spine. I pretended not to notice, pretending vulnerability, hiding the strategic mind racing with every observation. Vanessa appeared moments later, smiling, leaning against the reception desk. Ethan, I didn't expect to see you here today. Are you feeling better? I smiled faintly, lowering my gaze. Trying. It's hard, feeling like everyone's against you. Her expression softened. I never wanted things to get so messy. Maybe we could start over? I let the words hang. Start over? I murmured. I don't know if I can trust anyone again. But maybe it's possible. She hesitated, sensing the shift in my demeanor. I can prove it to you. I'll I cut her off gently. Actions speak louder than words, Vanessa. I'll be watching. The thrill of control surged through me. They thought I was broken. They thought I was vulnerable. But each step, each observation, was part of the plan. Later that night, Jonathan Hale's name appeared in my thoughts, a mysterious figure, whispered about in office circles. Who was he working for? Or was he another piece of the puzzle I hadn't uncovered yet? I whispered to myself, voice low, patience, control, observation. Let them show their hands. Vanessa, Marcus, even Jonathan, you'll reveal yourselves soon enough. The choice I made, pretending weakness instead of seeking direct revenge, felt risky, almost dangerous. But the system's words rang true. This path maximizes survival and opportunity. I sank into a chair, running a hand through my hair. I hate pretending, I admitted aloud. But if it's the only way, I'll play their game. I'll survive. And when the time comes, I'll strike. Even as anger burned beneath the surface, there was a strange spark of hope. Maybe this strategy would finally shift the balance. Maybe I could take back control, not just survive, but dominate the game without losing myself completely. And for the first time since Vanessa's betrayal, I felt ready. Ready to play, ready to wait, ready to see how far I could bend fate without breaking entirely. That I stared at the glowing text on the interface as the system spoke again. Prediction: Vanessa will face her first setback today. Suggested action: observe only. I muttered, just observe? No interference. Correct. Karma in motion. I slid my phone into my pocket and walked into the office. The air felt different, tense, buzzing with whispers. Lucas rushed toward me. Ethan, you hearing this? He asked. Hearing what? I kept my voice calm. Vanessa messed up a major client report. Big one. The board is furious. I raised an eyebrow, pretending surprise. Huh? That doesn't happen. Lucas leaned in. It did today. She's panicking. A small part of me felt a cruel satisfaction, but my chest tightened too. I see. Before Lucas could say more, Vanessa stormed out of the conference room, eyes wide. She spotted me instantly. Ethan, can we talk? She asked, breathless. I nodded slowly. Sure. What's wrong? She dragged me aside. Someone switched my files. The numbers were wrong. They think I lied. I swear I didn't. I tilted my head. Why are you telling me this? Because, she swallowed hard. I thought maybe you'd help. I forced a gentle tone. You didn't ask for my help before. That was different, she whispered. Was it? I asked, letting the silence press on her. Before she could answer, the system chimed, do not engage emotionally. Detachment recommended. I sighed internally. I hope things work out for you, I said quietly. Her face fell. That's it. For now, I replied, walking away before guilt could bite deeper. As I headed toward my office, Olivia Pierce stepped in front of me, arms crossed. So you're enjoying the show? She asked sharply. I blinked. What show? Oh, please, she scoffed. Vanessa falling apart. Marcus losing ground. You must feel thrilled. I kept my tone even. Why would I be? Because you're the one she hurt, Olivia shot back. And you're the one who encouraged her, I said. Olivia froze. I didn't encourage anything. I just... You warned her. You told her things. I know. Her eyes narrowed. You think I'm the bad guy here? I think you're jealous, I said. And jealousy always backfires. She grabbed my arm. I didn't want it to go this far. I looked into her eyes. Then stopped pushing it. She let go, her voice shaking. Fine. But don't act like you're innocent. I'm not, I admitted, walking past her. But I'm done being their target. The system hummed softly. Observation: Olivia's regret genuine. Marcus remains primary threat. I whispered, then show me more. Prediction: Marcus will face structural collapse in his project today. You may nudge events with a single phrase. A phrase? I murmured. Which one? Use, check the second report. I found Marcus in the break room, bragging to two co-workers. He laughed loudly until he saw me. Well, if it isn't the fallen prince, he mocked. I smiled faintly. Marcus, check the second report before your meeting. He smirked. Why? So I make the same mistake as Vanessa? I shrugged. Believe what you want. Just check. He rolled his eyes. You're desperate for relevance. The system whispered, chain reaction begins. 2 hours later, shouting erupted from the upper floor. Lucas came running again. Ethan. Marcus is done. His numbers were wrong too. Double wrong. They think he sabotaged Vanessa to hide his own mess. I inhaled slowly, feeling the weight of poetic justice settle. Is that so? Lucas nodded fiercely. He's blaming you. But honestly? No one believes him. I leaned back against the wall. Maybe karma is real. Lucas looked at me oddly. You okay? Not fully, I admitted. But this helps. As evening settled, I whispered to myself, one step forward. Maybe I'm not the villain after all. The system responded softly, almost warm, progress acknowledged. I stormed into the conference room, heart pounding like a drum. Vanessa and Marcus were there, both unaware of my arrival. Vanessa's eyes widened as she saw me. Ethan, she breathed, almost relieved. I stopped, hands clenching. Don't speak. Not yet. Marcus leaned back in his chair, smirk playing on his lips. Well, the so-called victim finally shows up. I ignored him, locking eyes with Vanessa. We need to talk. All of us. No games. Vanessa's face softened, and she took a small step forward. Ethan, I know I hurt you. I made mistakes. Please. I cut her off sharply. Mistakes? You call ruining my life mistakes? My voice trembled, but I forced it steady. Do you have any idea what I lost because of you? I didn't want to hurt you, she said, tears welling in her eyes. Stop. I barked. Don't justify. Don't plead. Just answer me, why? Why all of it? Marcus laughed, dark and mocking. She doesn't owe you an explanation, Ethan. Maybe you're too naive to see the bigger game. I turned to him, voice low and dangerous. I see enough. You, Marcus Gray, think you're untouchable. That your schemes can ruin me. But the truth? You underestimated me. Vanessa's hands shook. Ethan, please, listen. No, I said firmly. Not now. Not while my mind is racing with everything you've done. I paused, taking a deep breath. Vanessa, your love wasn't real. It was manipulation. You played me, just like you always play everyone for your benefit. Her eyes filled with tears, but I didn't look away. I thought I could forgive you. Part of me wanted to. But part of me hates you. Marcus stood abruptly, slamming his hands on the table. You think you're better than me? You're nothing without her. I leaned forward, eyes burning. I am who I choose to be. And right now, I choose truth. I've watched, I've learned, and I've planned. You both, I paused, letting the words sink, are exposed. Your lies, your manipulations. Everyone will see. Vanessa's lips quivered. Ethan, don't. Please. I love you. A pang shot through me, old feelings colliding with betrayal. Love. I laughed bitterly. You call that love? Destroying trust, hurting me, using me as a pawn? That's not love, Vanessa. That's control. She sobbed quietly, hiding her face. I didn't know it would go this far. You didn't think, Vanessa. That's the difference between us. I turned to Marcus. And you? Your arrogance made you blind. Every plan you set in motion only revealed your weakness. Marcus's smirk faltered. You can't prove anything. I smiled faintly. Prove? No. But witness. Witness the collapse you started. Karma is a slow burn, and I've been patient. Vanessa looked up at me, her voice trembling. Ethan, can we start over? Please. I'll do anything. I shook my head slowly. It's too late for that. You showed your true self. And I won't forget. Marcus stepped forward aggressively. You think you win this? You. I cut him off, voice calm but deadly. No. I'm not trying to win. I'm surviving. And you're losing. Your arrogance, your lies, they're unraveling. Right here, right now. Vanessa fell silent, tears streaming freely. Marcus glared, but I could see the panic behind his eyes. I exhaled slowly, feeling a strange mix of exhaustion and satisfaction. I have a choice, I whispered to myself. Expose them, forgive, or leave everything behind. But right now, I choose control. My life. My terms. Vanessa choked out a sob. Ethan. I stepped back, gaze steady. Goodbye. Remember what you did. And maybe, learn something before it's too late. Marcus muttered something under his breath, defeated, and slumped into his chair. I turned and walked out, my chest heavy but my mind clear. The storm of betrayal, heartbreak, and anger had reached its climax. I wasn't broken. I wasn't powerless. I was me, scarred, yes, but finally, fully awake. And as I closed the door behind me, I whispered softly, just for myself, this is only the beginning, but now, it's on my terms. The office felt quieter than usual the next morning. I watched Vanessa as she packed her belongings, face pale and drawn. Ethan, she said softly, not meeting my eyes. I stayed silent, waiting. I finally see, she continued, voice trembling. Everything I did, the lies, the manipulation. I thought I could get away with it. I thought I could control everything. I let out a slow breath. Vanessa, control isn't worth destroying the people who trust you. You learned that the hard way. Tears welled in her eyes. I know. And I'm sorry. I truly am. I nodded, forcing a calm tone. Sorry doesn't fix the past, but maybe it can guide your future. Just, don't make the same mistakes again. She swallowed, finally looking at me. I understand. Thank you, Ethan, for showing me the truth. I offered a small, bittersweet smile. Take care of yourself, Vanessa. She left, and I felt a strange mix of relief and emptiness. My heart ached, but the burden of her deceit had lifted slightly. Lucas appeared beside me, concern in his eyes. You okay? I shrugged. Better. The storm's over, for now. Marcus is next. I walked toward Marcus's office and saw him surrounded by frustrated colleagues, red-faced and flustered. He looked up at me, eyes narrowing. Ethan, he muttered. Marcus, I said quietly. I hope this teaches you something. Arrogance and deceit don't last. He opened his mouth to retort, but no words came. I turned and left, letting the weight of karma settle. He would have to face the consequences himself. Later, Rachel joined me at a small cafe. You did well, she said softly, stirring her coffee. You controlled the chaos without losing yourself completely. I stared at my hands, thinking. It wasn't easy. Every choice, every manipulation, it left scars. But I see now. I had to grow through it. Pain and strategy taught me more than comfort ever did. She nodded. And you're stronger for it. You survived betrayal, heartbreak, and scheming. That's not nothing. I exhaled slowly, glancing at the quiet streets outside. Sophie called last night. She said, don't let anyone steal your light, Ethan. She's right. I can't let this break me. Lucas joined us, smiling faintly. It's over. The system disappeared, didn't it? I nodded. Yes. It served its purpose. Guided me, showed me consequences. But it's gone now. And so is the constant pressure. A small laugh escaped me. Funny. I thought I needed it. But I think I needed to learn to trust myself more. Rachel's eyes softened. You did. And now, you can move forward. Scars, memories, they're part of who you are, but they don't define the rest of your life. I nodded, sipping my coffee. Love lost. Betrayal endured. But self-respect. I finally have that. Lucas leaned back. And you earned it the hard way. Few people survive what you went through without being destroyed. I smirked faintly. Destroyed? Maybe once. But not anymore. The cafe was quiet, just the hum of conversations around us. I reflected on the journey, the anger, the heartbreak, the moral dilemmas, the choices I made. Each moment, every painful step, had brought me here. Stronger. Clearer. Awake. Rachel's voice broke the silence. What's next, Ethan? I smiled, a mix of hope and caution. Next. I live. I protect what matters. I trust carefully. And I never forget the lessons learned. Lucas clapped my shoulder. That's a good plan. I glanced at Sophie's message again on my phone, and a genuine smile spread. Maybe there's still hope for happiness, even after everything. And for the first time in weeks, I felt light, not unscathed, but free. The system, the betrayals, the chaos, they were behind me. Ahead lay life, choices, and the chance to define my own path. I whispered to myself quietly, this is mine. Finally, all mine. I sat on the balcony, the city lights flickering below, a quiet reminder that life moved forward even when I felt stuck. Sophie's message had been simple: forgive yourself, Ethan. You've earned the right to be happy. I smiled faintly, typing back, I'll try. Lucas appeared beside me with 2 cups of coffee. Thinking too much again? He asked lightly, handing me one. Maybe, I admitted. It's hard not to. After everything, betrayal, lies, loss, it sticks with you. He nodded. I know. But you survived it. That says more about you than anything else. I took a sip of the coffee, feeling its warmth seep into me. Sometimes I wonder if I'll ever trust anyone again. Or if I'm destined to watch people hurt me and leave. Lucas leaned against the railing. Trust is built slowly, Ethan. You don't need to rush it. But you can choose who stays in your life. People like Sophie, and me, we're here because we care. I chuckled softly. Sophie, she has a way of making everything feel manageable, even when it isn't. Her words are simple, but they hit harder than anyone else's. She's smart, Lucas agreed. And wise beyond her years. She sees the real you, even when you doubt yourself. I stared at the lights below, feeling the tension in my chest ease a little. I've been carrying so much anger, regret, guilt. But maybe I don't have to anymore. Lucas smiled faintly. That's the first step. Accept the past, but don't let it define you. I nodded, thinking of Vanessa and Marcus, of Olivia's jealousy, and the chaos I'd survived. It's strange, the pain feels lighter now. Like acknowledging it takes away some of its power. That's because it does, Lucas said. You learned from it. And learning is growth. I sighed, feeling a tentative hope rise. Do you ever think we underestimate how resilient we are? I mean, I thought I'd be broken forever, but here I am. Scarred, yes, but still standing. Lucas gave a short laugh. You're stronger than you think, Ethan. The past taught you lessons. Now it's time to live, not just survive. I nodded, glancing at my phone again. Sophie had sent a selfie with her cat, her smile bright even through the screen. Remember to laugh, Ethan, her message read. I smiled genuinely this time. Yeah, laughter. Something I almost forgot. Lucas watched me, quiet for a moment. You know, happiness isn't about forgetting. It's about moving forward with scars intact, but not letting them stop you. Scars intact, I repeated softly, letting the words sink in. I think I'm ready for that. Ready to trust myself, and maybe, trust others carefully too. A gentle breeze brushed past us, carrying the faint hum of the city. It feels light, I admitted. Even with memories lingering, there's something freeing about letting go of the weight. Lucas nodded. Exactly. You survived betrayal. You outwitted chaos. And now, you get to live. I took a deep breath, letting the cool air fill my lungs. Live, and maybe even be happy. Fully. Not just surviving, but really living. Lucas clapped my shoulder lightly. That's the spirit. I whispered to myself, watching the skyline, feeling the tension ease fully for the first time in months. I have a choice now. To rebuild, to forgive myself, to embrace what's ahead, and finally, to find real happiness. Sophie's words echoed in my mind again, warm and simple, forgive yourself. And for the first time, I truly believed I could.